The wedding was at Cana, a small place 6 miles from Sepphoris. The drums had begun before the sun was full up. Mara had been there since the 3rd hour before dawn. The bride's mother had not exactly asked her to come. She had stood in the courtyard the day before the wedding and said, in the careful, neutral voice women use when they are too tired to issue a command, "I do not know how this room will be ready by morning." That was all the asking that was needed. At a wedding, servants know the truth first. Servants know the jars. She knew the wine was failing before anyone said it. The servants began moving differently, too quick near the storage. A boy lifted a skin and held it with both hands though it had gone light. Mara set down the tray she carried. "How much?" she asked. The older woman did not answer. Enough. The room beyond kept living inside its ignorance. Laughter rose. The bride sat with her eyes lowered. The bridegroom leaned toward a friend, flushed with wine. "We need more," the boy said. "Yes," Mara said. "That is what failing means." At the edge of the courtyard, Dagon was stealing bread badly. She had been watching him without exactly meaning to. He had drifted in after the first dance and had not committed to belonging anywhere. He had been useful twice without admitting it. Once when a child nearly knocked over a lamp and his hand shot out before his pride could stop it. Once when a drunk guest stepped backward, and Dagon shifted a bench with his foot so the spill hit wood instead of cloth. Each time he looked angry afterward, as if usefulness had been taken from him by force. Now he lifted bread from a covered basket with the tragic confidence of a man who thought cloth made theft invisible. Mara crossed the space and slapped his wrist lightly with 2 fingers. He froze. "If you steal from the top," she said, "the shape changes." Dagon looked at her hand, then at the basket, then at her face. "I was fixing the cloth. You made it worse. The cloth, your lie." His mouth tightened. "Not shame, not yet. Shame needed somewhere to stand, and men like him kept the floor moving." "Are you calling for someone?" he asked. "I am deciding whether you are useful." "To whom?" "To the room." He looked past her toward the guests. "The room appears drunk enough to survive without me. The room is running out of wine." That struck him oddly, not with concern, with interest. "And that is a tragedy. It will be if it becomes public. Some spend years living inside the joke others make of them." He looked at the bride then, really looked. Before he could answer, the mother of Jesus entered the edge space where servants carried knowledge. She saw the failing in one glance. The mother spoke quietly to her son. Dagon leaned closer. "What is happening?" "A mother has noticed. That sounds dangerous." "Often." The teacher's mother turned to the servants and said something with the calm of a woman who had already handed the problem to the only person she trusted with its shape. "Do whatever he tells you." Mara heard that, so did Dagon. "That is either faith or a threat," he muttered. Mara almost smiled. "With mothers the line is thin." The teacher looked toward the stone jars, 6 of them set against the courtyard wall. Purification jars, not wine jars. Everyone working knew that. "Fill them," he said. No thunder, no raised hand, no public claim. "Fill them." The servants looked at one another, because servants live in the narrow country between instruction and blame. The older woman moved first. That saved the rest. Mara grabbed Dagon's sleeve. "Carry. I am a guest. You are a thief with hands, a guest thief. Carry." He carried, not well at first. He held the water jar like an enemy he did not want against his chest. But he carried, jaw tight, eyes moving, body learning the rhythm of service against its will. Water took time. Miracles, Mara would think later, apparently did not excuse anyone from hauling. They filled the stone jars to the top. Dagon wiped water from his chin. "If this becomes washing, I will be offended. You smell like a road. Washing would not be wasted. You speak to thieves this way often? Only when they volunteer. I was forced. By thirst." He glanced at her sharply. There was a story there. Mara saw it and did not reach for it. Some doors open only because you stop pushing them. The teacher told them to draw some out and take it to the steward. Then Dagon stopped pretending. "Draw what?" Mara did not answer because she did not know how to answer without sounding foolish. The older servant filled a cup. The cup went to the steward. The room continued. The sign, if sign it was, moved under laughter and drumbeat. No one stopped breathing except the servants. The steward drank. His face changed. Not like a man fooled, like a man interrupted by quality. He called for the bridegroom. The steward spoke. The bridegroom laughed in confusion. The good wine had come late. Mara looked at Dagon. Dagon looked at the jars. For once he had no quick word. The teacher did not stand in the center to claim the room. He was near the edge, where his mother could see him, and the servants could not stop seeing him. His disciples were watching with the stunned concentration of men trying to memorize something before knowing what it meant. Dagon whispered, "How?" Mara expected the question to sound like accusation. It sounded like hunger. "Does how matter?" she asked. Dagon's answer came too fast. "Yes." Then, after a moment, "No." Then, more quietly, "I do not know." The first honest thing he had said to her. The older servant pressed a cup into Mara's hand. She drank. The wine was good, annoyingly good. Dagon watched her. "Well," Mara held the cup out to him. He took it, suspicious as a man accepting mercy from a known criminal. He drank. For the smallest moment before memory could protect him, his face became young. Then he looked away. "Barry," he said. "What?" "Nothing." But he was not looking